Hello everybody and welcome back. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much for supporting the channel. And if you want to watch any of these games live, you can follow me on Twitch. The link to that is down below in the description. Now I'm super excited for this video. It is the last one of the season. So let's just go ahead and jump into the NA DPC Week 6 recap. As always, we start off the week with lower division here in the NA DPC, and we have Wind and Rain versus Felt. Now in game one, I really favored Felt's draft right from the beginning. Zor got his famed axe and a Medusa Forte with little to no counters. Wind and Rain did what they could to try and win some mid-game fights, but it seemed to always cost them more than it was worth. In the end, Felt was too farmed and too strong, getting themselves a 30-minute victory as the damage output from Wind and Rain was completely negligible. The Torrent Storm doing so much work. They take down the Gyro, they take down Sword as well. In game two, Wind and Rain have a better draft this time and snag the Medusa for themselves. They get off to a really good start, a 10k gold lead by 20 minutes and more than double the kills of Felt. Kids on the Ember made some pretty slick plays to help secure them the high ground. The game came to an end off the back of a failed Roche fight by Felt. Terrorblade unable to snag that Aegis, and Wind and Rain won the fight, tying up the series 1-1. Aegis goes into the Roche, but he's got to try and get this Aegis in time, but the Ice Blast comes through and catches. He steals the Aegis on Kids. Oh my god. Now in game number 3, the final game starts with a final pick Templar Assassin by Felt. It was a super strong way to round out the draft, and it was clear they knew exactly how to play it. Felt won a couple early game fights, starting to pull ahead, and they carried this momentum into the late game as they ran all over Wind and Rain, closing out this series 2-1, putting them in a position to force tiebreakers and remain in the DPC. Chrono comes out as well. He buys back on that Tiny, but it's not going to matter. As we move on to Tuesday, we have our double header here, an upper division and a lower division series. It's going to be Black and Yellow versus 4 Zoomers and Dogchamp versus D2 Hustlers. Now, game one of our first series, the Zoomers were off to the races and took a sizable lead early on, winning some really big fights. Tammy and Gunner topped the net worth chart, but it wasn't long before Envy and the rest of Black and Yellow decided to catch up. Bloodseeker pick didn't really pan out as the late game potential of the Faceless Void was just too much for the Zoomers. Despite Gunner's incredible, and I mean incredible performance on the Storm Spirit, Black and Yellow managed to grab game one in a surprising upset. They're crumbling. They're absolutely crumbling. Hoodwink doesn't use the flicker, has to buy back into the game. Gunner goes down as well. 5 heroes still alive on Black and Yellow. In game two, Black and Yellow try to spice things up with a last pick Tinker, which I had some serious doubts about. Right off the start, I noticed that Black and Yellow are going to struggle to keep their buildings alive against the 4 Zoomers draft. We had a very slow game kill-wise, but the Zoomers managed to accrue a 16,000 gold lead by 25 minutes. When a big fight finally breaks out, Gunner single-handedly dismantles the entirety of Black and Yellow as he gets 2 ultra kills in just a matter of minutes. Off the back of this, Zoomers tie up the series 1-1, and we look forward towards a game number 3. Another triple. He's gonna go for a 4th 0. What the hell is wrong with Gunner, dude?
I don't know what this is, but it's kind of hot.
And it seems like a broken record here, as in game 3, the 4 Zoomers are off to a fantastic start once again. All 3 cores topping the net worth chart. Black and Yellow show some signs of life with a nice team fight top, but after a few more minutes, the 4 Zoomers are even further ahead than before. And we got caught off bottom without buyback, and 4 Zoomers rush the base, cleaning house as they kill all the remaining teammates, forcing a swift GG call, and 4 Zoomers will take this series 2-1. Black and Yellow die 1 by 1 inside their base. Triple kill for Gunner. No mercy. 0. You're dead too, sir. Now, when it comes to Dogchamp versus D2 Hustlers, it's a very important series here for Dogchamp. They need a win here in order to force a potential tiebreaker with Arkosh Gaming. Now in game 1, Divai Llama picks up the Broodmother for the offlane and ends up running wild. Both him and Yuma on the PL hold the top net worth position for the entire game, and they end up securing themselves a very convincing game 1 victory at 31 minutes and a 24,000 net worth advantage. Doesn't end it with the Ice Blast either. Oh my god, they thought the real PL was inside, but it was all a fake. GG comes out. In game number 2, Dogchamp secured strong lanes for themselves with their picks. Yarn managed to get his infamous techies, but D2 Hustlers never lost their cool. Dogchamp won a couple early game engagements that swung the game in their favor, but an amazing bait by Papatootie blew this game wide open as they took down 4 heroes in both of the bottom towers. D2 Hustlers close out this game off the back of an Aegis pickup in a solid high ground fight. They collect the last 2-0 of the season to finish with an overall record of 14-2.
Blast as well. Warlock's dead. Creep. He's got almost no HP. There's going to be the duel. Juggernaut, he doesn't have a way of getting over, so the duel's not going to net them anything.
Now, after a nice midweek break, we make it to Thursday, our upper division doubleheader featuring Evil Geniuses versus Black and Yellow and Quincy Crew versus Undying. I'm just kidding.
What the fuck?
We all know Black and Yellow forfeited this series. They announced that they will be disbanding. I'm sure by this point you've probably heard about what happened. Definitely make sure to stay tuned for a future video as we break down all that nonsense. But back to where we were. Evil Geniuses finish off their series at 6-1 as a result and await the conclusion of Quincy Crew versus Undying to see if they're going to be tiebreakers following up. So here we are, the only series to happen today, Quincy Crew versus Undying. And as I mentioned, it's a super vital series for Undying. They need to win here in order to force a tiebreaker and have a chance of finishing in the top 2 and securing their invite to the major. Game 1 started off pretty even, but it came clear that the offlane Doom was just not enough to make space for this Terrorblade. Quincy Crew had all the answers they needed for the Lesh and this Terrorblade. No matter how much they farmed, it was always going to be turned against them thanks to the Darkseer. Several fights in the late game favored Quincy Crew as they became too tanky for Undying to deal with, allowing Quincy Crew to secure the first game of the series.
He got the Doom onto the Viper, but again, he's too tanky. You don't have the damage. The GG comes out, and Quincy Crew take game 1 in this best of 3.
Game 2, right off the draft, we knew it was going to be a good one. We had a last pick Broodmother for Lelis on Quincy Crew and the reappearance of an offlane Enigma for Saberlight. Undying were off to a great start in game 2. They started to slow down the Brood, preventing him from being able to take over the map and pressure their base. The fights were really back and forth in this game. Quincy Crew winning one, Undying the next. They had a great high ground defense, but the strength of Undying's lineup behind Tomato's Luna overwhelmed Quincy Crew, and they tied up the series 1-1.
The Insatiable Hunger, but the Strange Stuns are there, and Broodmother goes down as well. SVG dusted up. Gonna be a third kill there for Undying.
Now in game 3, it was the final game, right? We get to see Tomato back on his Luna, Bryle revisiting the Leshrac, and right off the bat, Quincy Crew decided to bring out the Enchantress and the Elder Titan combo, something we've seen numerous times and something they have yet to lose on in this DPC season. Quincy Crew put Undying's feet to the fire in game 3 as they found countless kills. The real target of Quincy Crew's aggression was the Luna. Tomato never got space to farm as the cores of Quincy Crew got further and further ahead. Undying took some desperate fights and crumbled under the damage of Quincy Crew, and a dominant performance gives them the win with a final score of 33-3. As a result, Quincy Crew secure first place in the DPC and are much closer to reaching the international.
0 heroes falling here for the side of Quincy Crew. It is a slaughter as Undying are just gonna go down. Ultra kill for Quinn on the Void Spirit.
So we finally made it to Saturday. Normally we have 2 lower division series, but this week we just have one. It's Arkosh Gaming versus 5-Man Midas. And this is it. This is a final series of the NADPC, and it is super important for Arkosh. If they get this win, they secure themselves second place and will be promoted to Division 1 for the following season. And in game 1, Arkosh dominated all 3 lanes. Mason on his famous Weaver had a near flawless performance, and Arkosh won every single fight in the mid game. We were lucky enough to be blessed with the classic 4-20 kill score, and it seemed that there was nothing that could stop Arkosh as they pick up a quick game 1 victory.
Mick and Ray falling so low. Cadence Wolf is here as well. In comes Mason on the Weaver. Lies standing no chance in hell.
Now in game 2, Gremlo picked up the Broodmother, and we could really spend the entire time talking about the evil things he did to 5-Man Midas. This game was incredibly difficult for them. Every fight 5-Man Midas took resulted in Gremlo cleaning up the backlines with ease. Arkosh ended the game with a very patient split push by separating 5-Man Midas and forcing them to commit to a fight or lose. With a massive gold lead, Arkosh won the fight with ease, securing themselves a convincing 2-0. With this win, Arkosh are now a guaranteed Division 1 team for the next DPC season. But for those of you who didn't get to see this live, we had a pretty phenomenal post-game interview with the one and only Mason. And I think you're going to enjoy some of these clips.
New Sham's a pretty chill guy. I don't really have to get him back to the dog pound or anything. So,
of course, being like Gremlo and whatnot, right? He's talking about, like, you know, he just probably sounds a lot like Jenkins, making those gargling noises, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure you get the two of them mixed up. They're very similar.
Oh, yes, of course, all the time. And Canis Lupus, like, that guy is, I don't know, that guy is high out of his mind half the time, pretty sure, so I don't know. I don't really have to tell him to do much. He's just vibing on a scribe, you know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
He's a little too based.
I do have a question I want to ask you here. So, being a future Division 1 player, right, you know, as yourself, how does it feel knowing that, you know, say someone from EU like Gorp is a Division 2 player?
Gork C, man. You gotta be kidding me. Europeans? Like, dude, no. Not even European tier 2 Dota. Like, European tier 2 Dota. I play pubs, right? I play a lot of pubs. And I've seen better rank 1000 players in my US East pubs than EU Division 2. So please don't mention their name around. It's embarrassing.
Okay, my apologies. I figured you would have some strong words. I just wanted to obviously get the opinion of someone as skilled as yourself right now.
Everyone in chat, thanks for watching, supporting BTS. Arkosh, great group of guys. Excellent team. Love playing with them. Love their energy. And yeah, thank you guys so much for inviting me on here and doing this with me. Thank you very much.
Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sure you've heard of all of the stuff that's been going on in NA since the DPC concluded. So we will have another video coming out soon to break down all the drama and all the team shuffles. Definitely subscribe so you don't miss it. You can also go ahead and like the video. That helps me out a ton. And make sure to check the description down below. There's a bunch of useful links down there. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.